This is Carpool Boxing. I know I'm really late with the Canelo versus Triple G. We've had a lot of people already have post-fight interviews and post-fight thoughts and all the controversy surrounding it. I'm not as much of an avid poster on videos, but I like to give it a lot of thought, especially on a big fight. I like to wait until all the emotions tone down, and I like to watch a lot of different videos and listen to a lot of different thoughts. Unlike everybody else who, I don't know, maybe they are experts, but apparently, most people that are posting these videos, they all claim to be experts, or the big phrase that they tend to use is, "You don't know shit about boxing." That's usually what I hear, is "you don't know shit about boxing." Well, okay, I guess only the people posting know something about boxing. So I will do the disclaimer that I am no expert. I'm just a regular guy posting my regular opinion, and there's nothing wrong with that. So let me get started. I think the biggest thing that impressed me is I really thought Triple G was gonna, at the very least, hurt Canelo. What impressed me the most was Canelo's chin, because there was never really a question about Triple G's chin. Although I guess you could say he's never gotten hit by punches like Canelo. I don't know. That's debatable. But I think I was impressed with Canelo's chin. I know a lot of people were giving him a lot of credit about his defense, but I think if you watch a lot of his fights, you could see that coming, in the sense that you saw the improvement. And if Triple G was gonna take quite a few jabs at Canelo, I felt he was probably going to miss quite a bit too. And I'm not really mad with the draw. I'm okay. I would have been okay if they gave it to Triple G, and I wouldn't have been mad, only because I think the vast majority of people out there, they tend to, I don't want to say bias, but they tend to like the more aggressive, more active fighter. However, in professional boxing, if you look at some of the conditions and some of the things that they look for, is they look for, they don't look for just activity and number of punches. If that was the case, then you might as well go back to pointing it or scoring it according to the way they do it in amateur boxing. It's and a lot of people don't like this, but there's a bit of a showmanship type of quality to scoring fights in the pros. And what I mean by that is, would you rather get hit by 5 jabs or 1 hard fight? I mean, how do you answer that question? I mean, that's difficult to answer. I mean, I'd rather get hit by neither, to be honest, but in professional boxing, that matters. I mean, I know, I forgot one of the announcers. He usually says, "What boxer would you rather be?" And that's usually the way he answers the question is, even though you have one that's more active, and the opposing fighter, that being Canelo, had the more accurate and more crisp punches and the harder punches, who would you rather be? And I don't know if there's a right answer for that. I think I've been hearing this a lot in a lot of the videos, is it's a matter of preference. And it's unfortunate because boxing shouldn't come down to a matter of preference. But that's why they have three judges. So it is there is some subjectivity to boxing, and it's unfortunate. If it just came down to who hits the most or who touches the other fighter the most, then you can have a robot do it. But you really think about it in the real world, and I'm not just talking boxing, but in a real fight, it really does matter. Because let's say you get in a fight and you got a guy that jabs you 4 or 5 times, but you hit him and you clock him and you shake him up. Most of the people that watch a street fight, they're gonna say the guy that got shook up probably is the one that got beat up versus the guy that took the 5 jabs, simply because you look at damage. You look at who hurt who the most. And that's normally how people do it out in the real world. In the amateurs, it's the opposite. They want to see how many times did one boxer touch the other and touch cleanly. Unfortunately, the whole cleanly part is very difficult to gauge in professional boxing, because sometimes they'll score a jab for a fighter when in reality it didn't really land flush. It was kind of quasi blocked and maybe grazed the fighter. I mean, I don't know. It's hard to see those, and that's kind of what happened here. Is, do you think Triple G's activity and aggressiveness, was it effective? I think, and I would answer that question, I would say not. I would say it wasn't effective as it normally is. I think anybody, if you want to remain objective and be objective, I think you would say that he wasn't as effective as he normally is. And you got to give credit to Canelo, because Triple G did miss quite a bit of punches. And you got to ask, did Canelo do enough to win rounds? And the answer is some yes, some no. So that's why I'm actually okay with the with the draw. I know a lot of people get upset at that, but I'm okay with that. All right, this is Carpool Boxing, and that's pretty much that's it for this one.